The dangerous thieves running rampant in stolen cars. How to protect your property.
Out of the blue, why these parachutists were dropped into Kirra Surf.
All that glitters really is gold. The Tallabudger, a 10-year-old who employs her own parents.
And shock price rises. Coast suburbs where house values are hitting record highs.
Live from 50 Cavill Avenue, Surfers Paradise. This is 9 Gold Coast News.
Good evening. A Highland Park man says he's lucky to be alive after an out-of-control stolen car crashed just metres from where he was standing.
Gold Coast Council and police say enough is enough.
A quiet neighbourhood shattered, a stolen car wreaking havoc.
Jade Kotick, 9 Gold Coast News.
Hollywood star Simon Baker has come home to showcase his latest film. It's part of the Gold Coast Film Festival. Breath is Baker's debut as a director, where he also plays the starring role of a former pro surfer.
Simon Baker's come a long way since his days spent surfing on the Gold Coast, but it still feels like home.
Presents in a sort of a longing and a yearning, and then when you come back you go, it's okay, I'm here now.
Coming full circle, he's here to showcase a coming-of-age story from a coastal town, an adaptation of Tim Winton's novel, Breath.
It's not something that I, maybe 20 years ago I would never have imagined that. It's like there's this sort of harmony to it.
Breath is a fantastic Australian film and so excited to welcome Simon Baker on the red carpet.
It's a story he hopes will connect with locals. The Hollywood heartthrob recently sitting down with 60 Minutes, talking through his decision to direct his first feature film back in Oz. Not just directing, but starring in it too, playing the role of a former competitive surfer.
Daring to try, that's mankind for you.
But the 48-year-old admits hitting the waves once again wasn't easy.
Parts start to fall apart, break down a bit, and you've got to nurture them a little bit more.
Breath will premiere to a sold-out audience at Pacific Fair tonight. Penelope Leash, 9 Gold Coast News.
Coming up, the surprise suburbs posting record high property prices will reveal how you can cash in.
Plus the Tallabudger, a 10-year-old who has her parents working for her.
And shopping centre wars inside the coast's newest food court.
Here's a traffic check, information from Traffic Management Centre. It's a good run through the M1 at Yatala. Traffic is slowing both directions at Nerang, while further south it's almost at a complete standstill on the motorway at Palm Beach. Smith Street, though, at Olsen Avenue is flowing well.
Australia Fair has completed a food court redevelopment costing nearly $5 million. The area had remained untouched since 1995. It's revamped, the latest instalment in the coast's shopping centre war.
We've had to do all the works at night time, and so we've really appreciated the patience from our customers and our tenants.
And the upgrades will continue throughout the centre this year. Well done. Police are hoping a competition to stop alcohol-fuelled violence will save lives. That comp was launched today and aimed at young men.
Let's get their own peers and their people of their age, and they can come up with ideas that they think will help their friends to stop them being victims or becoming offenders.
Head to the My Police website for details and the chance to win a 3D printer, an iPad or a mobile phone. A gold rush is right now gripping the coast, with property prices surging to record highs. So coming up a little later, we reveal which surprise suburbs are set to cash in and what exactly is driving this real estate bonanza.
Dominic has sport. Dom, Wayne Bennett's had a bit of a hissy up the F1. No dramas at the Titans, though.
No, you can catch that all at 6 o'clock, Bruce, but no dramas, especially not for boomerang player Will Matthews. Why is the Bushranger lookalike so chuffed to be back on the coast? And the Lions and Suns prepare for battle. Just don't liken the Q clash to a war.
Tonight's Sports Report, brought to you by the seriously fast Schumacher hire carts at Kingston Park Raceway. Book a party and get your heart racing.
He looks like a bushranger and is desperate to never see inside an operating theatre ever again. Will Matthews has opened up about his move back from the Dragons and his relief at finally securing extra game time. Will Matthews is a commentator's dream. The Suns will finally return to Metricon Stadium in round 11. And that's sport, Bruce and Wendy.
Thank you very much, Delmy. Well, stay with us just ahead. The coast suburbs where house values are hitting record highs.
And Jade has all the weather details. She's with us next.
Gold Coast homeowners are set to be the big winners with house prices soaring to record highs. Cashed up buyers are jostling for prime real estate, sending our market into a frenzy.
The Gold Coast, gushing with gold. This beachfront mansion, sprawled over 2 blocks in Mermaid Beach, sold for an eye-watering $11.6 million.
Which is the highest sale price for the year on the Gold Coast.
The beachside suburb of Mermaid is now the most expensive on the coast and the 4th priciest in Queensland.
Stock levels are probably at the lowest they've been in a very long time. So it's causing buyers to have to compete for what little stock is available.
According to CoreLogic, median house prices in Mermaid Beach have surpassed $1.5 million for the very first time, a 9% jump over the year. Not far behind, Surfers Paradise $1.3 million, Broadbeach Waters and Clear Island Waters $1.1, and Bundle slightly less. With property red hot right now, agents say there's no better time to sell, with the market only set to become even stronger as cashed up interstate buyers flood the city.
Stock is in short supply, so look, I don't think it's going to boom, but I certainly think that we're going to sort of see steady growth for the rest of the year and the year following.
Sam Kuchiara, 9 Gold Coast News.
Hope you've got the right postcode.
Yeah, it's positive news though, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Good stuff. All right, let's see what's coming up in just 2 minutes on 9 News Queensland. Lofty, good evening to you. Now, a new scheme is offering free rent bonuses to Gold Coast tenants.
Hi, Wendy and Bruce. Yeah, this is going to be very popular indeed, I reckon. Apparently there are empty houses, apartments, townhouses available right now. And it's not only free rent bonuses they're offering, free internet, free lawn mowing, and pets are welcome as well. We'll have all of those details just ahead.
Andrew, one of the most recognisable voices of Australian sport's fallen silent.
Very sad news today, Bruce, of the passing of the legendary sports commentator Darryl Eastlake. Yes, the big man with the big voice and the face and sound of Australian sport for so many years, with that unmistakable ability to turn the most ordinary sporting contest into something you just couldn't take your eyes off. So tonight a moving tribute from some of the biggest names in television and in sports.
Now, also tonight in your news, Aussie scientists have developed a patch to rebuild damaged hearts.
Wow. Yeah, it's really quite ingenious, Wendy, this small patch that's placed on the heart or the arteries of patients who've suffered heart disease or heart attack, and tonight we'll explain how it works to rebuild damaged hearts, and we'll meet some of the people who've received a second chance at life.
Interesting. Hey, changes to Powerball Lotto rules mean we have an increased chance of winning big.
Oh,
yes, Bruce, it sounds very good, doesn't it? I think that these changes kick in tonight. I think there's maybe a lazy 8 million or so up for grabs, which would probably pay a few of those bills, Bruce. More dividends and draws, we're being told, and we're all a little closer to that life-changing win. So Bruce and Wendy, Melissa and I will have all of those stories, plus today's breaking news, in just a minute or so. Don't go anywhere.
See you soon. Thank you for that. It is time for weather with Jade, and the rain stayed away.
It stayed away today, Wendy, but I have bad news for the weekend because it looks like it's all going to hit on Saturday and Sunday. First, a quick look at our coast camp. Plenty of cloud about, but a mostly dry day for a lot of suburbs, except for Burleigh Waters, which recorded about 3 or 4 millimetres in the gauges there. 1 millimetre at Wurrunggeri. Temperatures still remained above the average today. Coolangatta and Burleigh both reached 27, so did Southport. 29 at Nerang, 26 degrees at Coomera. Right now at the Seaway, it's 23 degrees and 63% humidity. For boaties tomorrow, if you're taking the boat out, winds will be east to southeasterly around 10 knots. A flat day on the water, seas below a metre with a southerly swell. High tide will peak at 1.21 metres shortly after 11 a.m, low tide at 5 p.m. Here's the forecast for tomorrow. We're looking at a top of 27 degrees with a shower or two. Up to 10 millimetres of rain could hit the gauges. Now Saturday, this is where the rain starts ramping up. We're looking at a top of 25 degrees, so cooling down. 15 millimetres hitting then. Sunday also reaching 25 millimetres of rain is expected to fall and hit the gauges then. Monday, showers on and off all day, 25 millimetres again then. So over the space of 3 or 4 days, we could potentially see about 75 millimetres of rain hit the gauges. A very wet 4 days ahead. Now here's your beach and surf report.
Hey, thanks very much. I tell you what, beautiful morning down here at Burleigh, but unfortunately our southerly winds up a bit early this morning. But good news for us tomorrow, we've got light winds forecast all day. Really our only opportunity, Saturday, Sunday, that wind's going to pop back up again. So get out there and make the most of those great conditions on offer tomorrow. Here's what's out there. Some really big kingies, pretty early in the season, but these ones taken on the 50 fathom grounds a couple of days ago on board Fish, the deep charters. In closer on the 36 grounds. Have a look at this nice mixed bag of reefies around at the moment. So some pretty good options for our boaties tomorrow. Make sure you get out there and take advantage of it. Saturday and Sunday, as I said, not looking that good. Rocky, what's doing for the board riders?
Yeah, thanks, Luke. Turned out to be a nice day on the coast down here at Burleigh at the moment. Small waves on the points, but the beach break's definitely the pick spot for a paddle. A beautiful sunrise peeking through some clouds off on the horizon. Water temps are very inviting, 25 degrees. Swimmers down here in the corner of Burleigh. Very nice in for a dip, but definitely stay between the protector corners and those red and yellow flags. For the surfers, a ½ metre easterly swell today. Beach breaks worth the hit. Best on the building, 11 a.m. high tide. Shapely banks forming along the Gold Coast beaches. A little bit windy today. Small wave magnets, open beaches, and definitely D-Bar here to Miami will be the pick for a paddle over the next couple of days. Some great little waves forming there. Best to get your surfing in early before those afternoon onshores kick in. Get out and make the most of it. We'll be back tomorrow night for the all-important weekend beach and surf conditions.
So have the gumboots ready and stay away from large puddles tomorrow, Wendy and Bruce.
Thank you, Jade. And thank you very much for your company at home. Of course, you can stay up to date by visiting 9news.com.au.
Want to find out a bit more about the new Powerball arrangements?
Right now, good night.